you can't really depend on just one batter. You want others to also step up, anchor the innings, and probably Hasini Perera at the top order did that job today for Sri Lanka, Anisha, because we see that she has quite a bit of experience under her sleeves, and that's when we say that you can't buy experience from a supermarket, and her innings of those 37 runs is an important one for Sri Lanka today.
Absolutely. And those cover drives she unfurled, it looked like she could play them in a sleeve or she has been practicing that shot forever. Those were silken cover drives. We often go gaga when Smriti Mandhana plays those shots. But here was somebody who did not bat an eyelid playing that, bringing out that stroke, and it really looked good. And there was a point where in the power play, Sri Lanka were 34 odd for the loss of one or two wickets, and 28 of those runs were scored by their left-hand opener Hasini Perera. So it spoke to the fact that number one, she did keep the majority of the strike and did well, having retained that strike for the best part. And it also spoke to the fact that the other batters who were coming in were not quite able to find their rhythm as well as a Hasini Perera did. She was able to adjust to the change of pace from the Indian quick bowlers and also read the spin reasonably well because it looked like a rank turner. Some of the spin that India's left arm spinner Gaikwad was able to elicit was mind-boggling. I mean, Yastika Bhatia on her part had one of the most hectic days ever she's ever had on a cricket field, probably. And here she was in her first ODI game as India's first choice wicketkeeper. So that gave us a sense of how big a turning surface this is. So keeping that in mind, I think Hasini Perera's approach was really good because she did not quite look as though she was biding her time. She was alert to the potential options she was getting, and she was able to bisect the gaps pretty well on the offside. But after that came Nilakshi De Silva, who too again has been one of the better performers in the Sri Lankan ranks. When India toured the country back in September 2018, that was the last time India toured Sri Lanka, and Nilakshi De Silva played a 31 odd run knock in the second ODI, which though Sri Lanka ended up losing, it showed that she is somebody who can inject a lot of power. And curiously, this time around in this avatar of Nilakshi De Silva, that's one facet that's missing, I feel. She has understood her role as a key cog in the batting order, which is why is more, she seems to be more inclined to just digging her heels in and scoring those runs rather than pressing on the accelerator and scoring them at a quick rate. So that is one facet that I would love for Nilakshi De Silva to bring back that overrated Nilakshi De Silva that can score at a canter at a quick pace. So if that happens, I think a lot of the responsibility, a lot of the burden that we see on Chamari Ataputta and even Hasini Perera, I think that will come down even more. And yeah, the starts that they got that will be better utilized because you don't expect a 37 run start to having gotten wasted the way it did because they ended up with only 171 without even completing their full allotment of overs. So that's something Sri Lanka need to bear in mind going into the next two games because this hardly looks dependable.